Hi, good morning. I just start recording sometimes and then I see my hair, my bed head. Let's get it out of the way. Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 4th, and I'm doing a Course in Miracles reflection on lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. Obviously, it's a build on to the day prior, which was there is another way of looking at the world. Another way of looking at the world. There's another way of looking at this situation that I'm thinking about. And then the next day, yesterday, said I could see peace instead of this. And then it like it says, if you have feelings about this come up, you can take it further and say, I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. So it's again training about a new way to look at things. I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worry, and then in parentheses, or my thoughts about the situation, personality, or event with peace. So it's not just the thoughts here, it's like whatever people we might be, personalities we might be coming into contact with and how they might be triggering us or making us feel certain ways. I could see peace instead of all the ways I'm currently feeling and seeing things. And talk about just an immediate, whoosh, just by saying, oh, I could see peace. It's true. It's always an option. You may not feel like, no, I can't. You might be like, I know I can't. There's nothing peaceful about this. Well, there is. It might just take a while to recognize it. And it keeps going back to the way my inner reality, the way I perceive things is how my outer reality is reflected. Over and over and over again, these lessons are like drilling it home from different angles, but also deeper, deeper, deeper. So I could see peace instead of this. Basically every thought I have in my daily life, just to get through daily life, is not a thought of peace. Unless I'm really feeling the joy and gratitude and peacefulness of the moment, in the now. But when I'm all up here, it's all thinking about past stuff, feeling regret, shame, blah, 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 that's infusing that layer onto what's happening now. Or I'm worried, I'm anxious, I'm planning 10 steps ahead. Even if I don't perceive it as anxious energy, it's hypervigilance. I've got to make sure I've got a plan for every little thing. I'm speaking for myself. And so I'm but when I'm present, it's peaceful. There's no problem right here, right now, in this sphere of existence. What's right here, right now, is honestly some really good coffee, except I got a little crazy with the cheese whiz. I got a little crazy and the grounds spilled out into because I was doing a pour over, and here I'm doing it kind of janky, holding the filter up as the water pours through, and I slipped and the filter collapsed and some grounds got in there. So it's a very chewy coffee this morning. By the way, do you know the phrase getting crazy with the cheese whiz? So again, I just did a little voice journaling about my generation and the music we grew up with. I had a feeling it was from a song, but yesterday a student and I were kind of joking about something because they were teasing themselves about doing something a little too wild or crazy. So I said something like getting crazy with the cheese whiz. And then I'm like, oh my God, wait, this person's generations behind me, or in front of me rather. So they're much younger. And I'm like, first of all, do they even know what cheese whiz is? Is that still a thing? I have no idea. I've been eating it since the 80s. And then second of all, if it's from a song, they probably don't know the music. I don't know. I'd have to remember what song it is. And then I'm like, I'm not even gonna explain what just came out of my mouth. Let's just go with it. And we moved on to the next thing. But then just now I had to look it up. I'm like, what is that from? And the internet's told me it was in the song Loser by Beck. Getting crazy with the cheese whiz. But I feel like he may have taken it from yet another song, maybe. I don't know. I feel like, was that the first time we heard it? It was Loser by Beck. It's toward the end of the song. It's sort of a parenthetical, like it's not like maybe the main lyric you might hear, but like an echo of something. And it's just like my generation knows that phrase, I think. Maybe it's just me. And so I said it without thinking about it, getting crazy with the cheese whiz. And I don't even know if the student like registered that. But I wasn't about to slow down and say, do you know what that's from? Because in the moment I would have been like, I don't either. Because I hadn't Googled it yet to remember. I'm going to go listen to that song now. And I'm sure the younger generation's heard of Beck, right? I mean, he's still a known word artist. That was off topic, wasn't it? Lesson 34, I could see peace instead of this. I guess it's related. I mean, humor is a way to bring us back to peace. Like, I believe in that moment the student was probably expelling some steam of like, I only have so much time to get this, and I'm kind of like making fun of myself that I just kind of went a little absent-minded there and got a little crazy with the move, because that happens. Like, you're just like, I don't know how I'm gonna fit all this into my brain and body. There's a mind-body connection thing that's going on, and you haven't built up that muscle memory yet of like the contours of the body that you might need to be aware of and follow, and for any particular stroke. And there's just a lot. I remember it. I remember feeling so overwhelmed. Like, how is this ever going to come together? There's like, next week's the final exam. And I don't even know all the strokes yet. We haven't even learned them all yet, let alone perfected them. Like, let alone perfected, but just like got them in an order that makes sense. And forget the order. I just don't even know anything. So I get it. I get all those feelings like in my body. I remember them. And so there's a letting off of steam. There's a like people keep infusing humor into this, which is beautiful. Like, we're all gonna get through this together. We are. And so that brings you back. I feel like humor has this like bringing us back into the moment. In the moment, I can see peace. Like I said, I can't really see it when I look back. I may not be able to see it when I look forward. Like, there's so much unknown. I have to account for the worst case scenario. Well, that's not peaceful. But if I come into the moment, I'm like, there's nothing here but me and this, what's happening right now. This feels peaceful, feels joyful. And so the student, I think, was like letting off some steam with humor, and that brought us right back to like the present moment. It was beautiful. Like, there's nothing wrong here. We're all learning together. Scratching with some mosquito bites. Stop it. So I could see peace instead of this. I really loved this lesson. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's like, but it's the catching myself every time I'm not having a peaceful thought and saying, I could see peace here. So that's the practice part of it, is like getting into that habit of continually doing that. Can you imagine if you did that as your first instinct? You would be the Buddha on the mountaintop. There would only be peace. And if we all did that all the time, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, I can't even imagine. That's it. Our brains can't imagine it. We have to practice it. We just each have to worry about ourselves bringing ourselves back into peace, back, back, back. And then the whole world is at peace. How simple is that? How simple. How hard, but how simple. What if we all did that instead of screaming into the void called Facebook? Like, I'm so mad about this and this. Don't you see? And all the virtue signaling. Every time I open Facebook, I'm like, virtue signaling, virtue signaling, virtue signaling. Like, this is what I believe. These are the values I have by voicing this. This is what I believe. Doesn't matter what side of it you're on. We're all voicing what we believe. It's called virtue. These are my virtues. Signaling. I'm signaling that this is what I believe in. Honestly, I don't believe virtue signaling is always a bad thing. We're trying to find real connection. Like, hey people, this is what I believe. Like a beacon, like I'm a lighthouse. Virtue, virtue, virtue. It's like things that resonate together. So like find the people who resonate with you. I'm signaling my virtues. And sometimes it is a little demonstrative, a little show-offy. Like, this is what I believe. It's like couched in that. Whatever way you say it, you can see underneath it all and say, that's virtue signaling. Let's get real with ourselves. I've done it. I probably still do it. So it's not to shame people. It's just to say, if you're doing it, okay, it's a human thing. We all do it. You're just trying to find your people. You're just trying to find people that you can seek comfort with in these hard times. These are weird hard times. People used to say, man, these are hard times. I never believed it. Now I believe it. These are hard times. It's hard to be a human in the world, dealing with our own stuff and then dealing with our collective stuff. We got to keep coming back to peace. I see peace right here in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, in this moment. And if something takes me out of peace, I'm like, I choose to see peace here. I choose to see peace here. And our thoughts. Oh, I love what Denise, my housemate, said. She ended last night's yin tai yoga session with a quote. Let me see if I can butcher it for you. Hold on, let me get some coffee grounds in my teeth. Okay, it's basically about mindfulness. Like, watch. Yeah, she used the word watch, which was interesting, because watch could be, you say watch yourself, might be a warning, but it could be a warning for good and for not so good. So, meaning be careful or watch what words can do. So, in a good way. So it could be, I think it said, she said, watch your words, for they become, sorry, let me back up. Watch your thoughts, because thoughts become words. Watch your words, because words become actions. Watch your actions, because actions become habits. Watch your habits, because habits become character. And watch your character, because you guys, this is the grand finale. What is it? Cliffhanger. Because character becomes destiny. Yeah, something like that. Look it up. Thanks for that reminder. I need to look it up because I meant to ask who said that, but I can just Google it and then talk to her about it later because she sleeps later than I do. I don't want to knock on her door. Tell me who said it. She would not be at peace in that moment. So, yeah, isn't that beautiful? Like, yeah, watch your thoughts. Everything stems from thoughts. And if we can keep bringing peace into our thoughts, there's nowhere to go but, like, to our peaceful destiny. Right? Every negative, bad thing in our lives has stemmed from not peaceful thoughts. Like, trace it all back. It's just such a rule of this life. It's just such a fundamental law. Like, oh my God, peace, stillness, go inward, reflect, do your work. You can do it with other people where you need help. Do it in community. or do it yourself. Just stop inflicting non-peace out in the world. It's like sometimes when I just can't help myself, I have to tell myself. I used to, I don't as much anymore, although I've been trying more and more, just to that humility thing, like just shut your mouth. You can't help yourself sometimes. Just like when you let words out and you're like trying to grab them back, you're like, I don't even think that way anymore. Why do I have this habit of like saying things? So it's like, just shut your mouth. And like, you know, when people are like, just stop, just stop, just stop. Like, there's no talking reason to some people, like to yourself. So you're just like, there's no reason to be voiced here. Just stop doing the thing, and then we'll figure out how to backtrack, how to undo this. Just first of all, you just have to stop perpetuating something. Just stop. I've had to do that to myself so much when I've been trying to heal certain, you know, make certain changes in my life, where I'm just like, just shut up to myself. Because sometimes, like, I've been in this habit of like perpetuating something that I've been wanting to stop. So I couldn't think myself. Okay, it goes back to this, guys. I can't think myself into a new way of acting or being, but I need to act myself into a new way of thinking, which then thinking, it's like, then restarts a new line of behaviors. So it's like, I just had to stop that. I had to act my way into a new way of thinking, versus like, the brain can't have control over this sometimes. It's like, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Just stop. I truly believe there's some truth to that. Sometimes you just gotta act your way into a new way of thinking. And acting, I had to just physically stop my mouth from opening so that I could have more time with my real thoughts, how I really felt about things. Okay, now I can start to open my mouth to voice the real feelings I have that have never had a voice before. Now it's like, but I have to stop the other way. They're crowding out the new way. Right? You got to release the garbage. Like, get out of the way. And for me, I just had to stop it. Because by hearing, it's like a well-oiled machine, a slippery slope, a slip and slide, like the neural pathways that are a little too smooth because they've been gone over. You have habits and ways of thinking and speaking. And I just had to like stop, put up a dam. And pause and be like, okay, the new thoughts, those feelings are able to now find a voice, because the voice has stopped perpetuating the other old thoughts. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop explaining it. I think you get it. That's how I felt in my life. Just shut up. Yeah, so this month I've really gone into stillness with myself, while also these videos are voicing my real thoughts that have been wanting to find a voice for so long. So there's been both stillness, peace. That's the part you're not really seeing, because I'm not just gonna like feel myself going, No, I don't have enough phone space for that. Anyway, so I could see peace instead of this. That's the lesson. So simple. Somehow I drag it out to 20 minutes. That's what I do. I'm gonna go drink this chunky coffee now and get on with, I'm gonna do a sneak preview to myself. What's lesson 35? Oh, this will be a good one. I'm gonna read this so I can practice it all day. And cliffhanger, you'll learn about it tomorrow. By the way, all of this is free online. Just go to the Foundation of Inner Peace's website and just Google A Course in Miracles, and the foundation for Inner Peace has all of these lessons for free online. So when I'm out in the world and I'm not going to take this big chunky book with me, I go online and like look up the lesson and have it open in my phone browser for the day so I can keep going back to it, because menopause brain, I don't remember things at all anymore. I also like to think of it as just living in the moment. Whatever truth is there, one or the other or both. I like to have it open. So you can go read these yourself if you want. You don't even need to buy the book. Highly recommended though, so you can make little notes and like have the feel of a book if you like that sort of thing. So have a beautiful day. Bye.